This video right here is for my buddy Alicia because she said, I want to see your entire workflow once you are finished creating a video. Like, what do you do to get all these videos updated and published rapidly? Let me show you in. I'm going to dive in. I'm going to use the standard Ecamm screen share just to make this process easier, but here we go. So I got Final Cut open. Once I finish, I open Final Cut. And I have the files that Ecamm record right here in the middle. They're just stacked up. So the first thing I do is click here and hit Command N to create a new project. And this one is called Claude Cleaned My Mac. Bingo, because that's what it is. All right, now here's what I do. I drag in the master file. Boom, that's it. Okay, I have a shortcut key. Scrubbing is going to be irritating. I'm going to turn it on and off for a second. But, oh, you shut up. Wrong button. Scrubbing, shut up. Don't bother me. Okay, so I'm going to come in here real quick. And I use a shortcut that basically makes this large. So if for whatever reason your if your thing looked a little bit more like this when you first brought it in, I have a shortcut key that I set up that is Option Shift Zoom, and that just brings it to big. That kind of lives up here, but it's not really there. It just says zoom to samples, and I just adjust it. Sorry, the one I was looking for is vertical fit to zoom. This normally doesn't have a shortcut key there. I added that shortcut key. So I added the Option Z to get it in big, right? If you do Control Z, then that does something else. Okay, so anyway, let me go in real quick. All I do, I told you guys, don't edit. Stop playing games. Stop correcting yourself. Just leave it messy. I go to there. I go to the end. And she said, well, do you have any standard things that you use? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And again, once you start to create a lot, you will have the things that you create all the time. So I go up to my clip section and I look for outro, O-U-T, and there it is. I pick it up. Ooh, I hate when that happens. Click on it, drag it down here to the bottom, right? And then I'm gonna go back up here and hit the search box and hit E-N-D. I got my end card. I'll pick that sucker up. Dang it, I hate when you do that to me. If you ever click on it and it does this little maneuver right here, and you don't like that little maneuver, just hold down the Option key and click it. That erases it. Then click it again. You can just hit E to append it to the end of the line. So there it's there. Let me undo that so you can see. I just select it, press E, it moves it to the end, which is the same thing as pricking this up and dragging it over here like such. Exact same thing. Okay, so now I'm going to embiggen this like cray-cray. And then I know that this is where I finish my line. I also know that this is where I do the add-in. Now, if I were to open this file, don't do that. Go back. Let me delete this and put it back. Go back up here and then let's search for out. The reason why I use this, because this is the actual song, but this is the song where I've actually put in what is the word I'm looking for? I put in a curve. See this curve right here? What that curve does is take it from this low volume. I need to know everything. And that picks it up. So this is the low volume to the big volume. So once I did that, I just saved this as a clip by hitting Option G, which allows you to save it as a clip, and I named the clip out. So that way I can always get the same thing every time and I don't have to work that hard. So now all I do when I put the cursor here and then I drag this over here, I just know that I'm lining the samples up. And once the samples are lined up, this isn't as loud as it looks because there's a curve hidden inside this file. Okay, the other thing I do is I know that the changeover is right here because I've done this every day, but just so you can hear it. I need to know everything. Who in the... There you go. That's where that goes. So all I need to do is bring this over to here. Bingo. That's done. Now I also want to take this and I'm going to actually cut this piece out. So I'm going to click here because this is my actual intro. So I can move this guy and then move this guy and then move this guy back to, ooh, hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. When you zoomed in too far, sometimes it will jump on you. So let me do it by zooming out. Okay, that's good. And then I know that I need this to go right here. Okay, if I look at the end, it should be almost perfect. Not quite, almost. But then I can just take this and move it in. So that's how fast. If I'm not talking, it literally takes me like 5 seconds. And I agree with him.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the...
There you go. So now all I got to do is go back to here and I just grab the two I used yesterday. Bingo. I'm going to put them right there. That's my little, you guys see the videos. You guys watch. You know what it is. I line those up to about the middle. And I agree with him.
I need to know everything, who and the...
Right? Boom. So that's it. And I agree with him.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the...
All right, that's it. There we go. We're good. My file is done. Like legit, that's it. All I'm going to do is go to the top and I'm going to say export the file. And then I'm going to say next. And it's going to send the file to the desktop. Yes. And you see the little spiral up here in the top corner. Once that spiral is done, it's done. So now move number 2 is I open up my browser here and let me get a browser open. I'll move this in here and I go to Auphonic. Bingo. Hit that file to load in the file that I want. Hit the desktop. Select today's file. And then I have a YouTube one already set up called YouTube SRT. I actually taught Alicia how to do this here with the one up top, but I'm going to use YouTube SRT. And then I'm going to say start production. Actually, let me show you what it looks like. So I'll do it the regular way. I don't have to go in and change this every time because I've already set it up so that it's super hyper repeatable. So you're not having this process of always having to make changes and do adjustments and weird stuff of that nature. So it should upload quickly while it's being slow. Let me double check something. I just turned off Backblaze. Backblaze was slowing down the upload, so it should upload quicker. Normally this uploads faster, but I live in a place where the internet can go stupid at times, so give it a second. It's only a small file. It normally should upload in about 10 seconds. Also, strangely enough, with my timing, Auphonic does their maintenance at the same time I'm always working on my videos, so it can get a little crazy. Your mileage will be much quicker than mine. Okay, so now Auphonic has uploaded the file. I come over here and I need my wave output. I need my subtitle file. I need my JSON file. We're there. Okay. So I can look in here and it has, any files. If I wanted to copy them, I'm copying them to Google Drive. So I have it set that when it's finished with the MP3 file, which is going to come out, and the SRT file and the HTML file, it moves them to Google just so I can keep a copy. I'm using my standard leveler. Again, I've taught you this in many different programs, auto EQ. And in this case, I don't really need to remove any reverb because I'm in my space. So I got a little bit noise removal, a little bit reverb removal, remove all the breathing. All I got to do is press start production. But if you just select this, you don't have to do anything because it's going to automatically do that for you. So I'll just go ahead and say start the production. Hit go. Let it handle its business. And this normally doesn't take that long, but I won't make you stare through this. I'll speed this process of the video up because otherwise you're just staring at a spiraling doohickey.
A few moments later.
Okay, it's basically done. It just has to do the last part where it uploads things to Google, but it's really quick how fast this works. Okay, so I'm just going to download the WAV file and I'm going to download the subtitle file. And once those download, I will move this sucker out the way. And then I'll show you what I do. I just go to my download folder. I grab the cleaned up WAV file, drop it on the bottom. I right click on it. I have an audio roll that I set up called Auphonic. doesn't matter if you do that or not. You literally can just leave it as is and just go this way. But I always just, I just do it for prettiness so I can see. You can just go to edit roles and you add a role called Auphonic, and then now it works. And then you can even adjust like the hierarchy where it goes, but I just do that. I right click, say Auphonic. You can turn that into a Stream Deck button if you want. I can also take this audio file here and then I can mute it. Now, theoretically, I could delete it, but the reason why I don't delete it, if I ever wanted to grab it really quickly and I have this file, this timeline open when I create tomorrow's timeline, it's already there, which is why when you come over here, I could have just grabbed the file from here because it's already on the timeline. You see, it just makes life easier. Okay, so now all I want to do is go ahead and start to render this sucker out. I like to give it one quick listen. It's me and Claude Code. Yep, the lips are in sync. I press this and I go to HEVC, and then my settings are already set, but I do HEVC 8-bit at 4K. Bingo. I set it for computer. You can do whatever you want. And then I say go. And I let it handle its business. The reason why I use HEVC, because on Mac M processors, it's quicker. That's all. Okay, so now, while we're doing this, we're going to come back over to Ecamm. I have to temporarily turn off live demo mode. And while we're here, I need to take some photos. Press the button. I got to press this button. Wah, 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 wah.
DJ.Rock.
Woo, doggy, that was quick. All right, so now I got my photos saved. I can go to my Ecamm folder over here. Okay, so here's my folder. Here's my pictures that we just took. Bingo. I'm gonna use that one. All right, you do your own process. This is mine. I'm gonna open it up in Luminar Neo. And the crowd goes, wow. All I use Neo for is to make the photo cuter. Like, there's 1,000 ways you can do this. I just have Neo. There's lots and lots and lots of ways you can do this. I'm going to let this sucker open, and then I'll click on yesterday's joint, right click on it, and say, copy the adjustments. The adjustments are the same because my studio don't change. And I say, paste the adjustments. Give it a second to think. And of course, it's going to think slow because Final Cut is doing what Final Cut is doing. Boom. It's done. Once that line smooths off my head, gangster, I hit export it as 8-bit TIFF. Give it a second to do that nasty work. Boom. Send it to the desktop. Gangster. They spin it. Cool. I can close Neo. I'm done. Like that quick. I mean, I got a process. Again, when you got a process, you can just get it. It gets the people going. All right. So let me go down here to the bottom. I'm just going to make sure that Neo is done because it's using resources that I don't need it to use while I'm busy. And it looked like it went bye-bye. Okay, so here on the desktop, here is my clean version of my file. Now, you make your thumbnail how you make your thumbnail, but I'm going to show you how I make mine. In just 1 second, let me check on the old footage here, see how we're doing. If you click this little icon here, it tells me that we're 39% through. So under normal circumstances, I would build my thumbnail now, but now that I'm building my thumbnails in Final Cut, I got to actually take a chill pill until the video is finished. So I'll speed this process up and I'll be right back. Okay, we are here. Now this sucker is done. What we're going to do is press on YouTube. Bingo. And then we're going to go to upload video. Upload video. Upload video. And all I need to do is grab this little piece of paper and drag it in here. Swing is uploading the video. Now, of course, everyone's like, all right, so what do you do? She wanted to know about my AI secrets. All right, let me show you. Go to ChatGPT. Bingo. I'd also have one set for Claude. I go back and forth. I just flavor of the month. Here comes the brand new flavor in here. YouTube descriptions. I have a project called YouTube descriptions, right? So in my project, all I need to do is grab that SRT file, Spank, throw it up there, and then I go on my computer and I go semicolon YD1. You're a YouTube expert, specialized in high engagement, high views. Deeply analyze this transcript. I'll give you the next instruction when I say so. Bingo. Let it think. ChatGPT 5.1 is a thinking fool. It will go and it will think. And it's doing it. It's doing it. Right? Let it think. It handle its own business. And then once it's finished doing that, it's going to tell me about what the video said and how it said it and the whole 12 yards. And then it's going to be good. Now, when you set your project up, that's where you go in and you kind of tell it, what you want it to do and all of that. I already did all of that. That's a whole separate video because that would take a minute to kind of explain it. But in a nutshell, I told it to go and check. Actually, it's been about 3 months. I should update this, but what do you mean it's truncated? It's not truncated, gangster. Go handle your business. All right, it's working. Chat's been choking on this lately. I'm going to have to move this sucker back to quad. Anyway, it's got the idea. But here's what I like about it. Tells you the topic, find the videos, tag them, move them to where they need to go, blingo, blango. Gauge the thesis. If you're busy content creating, drowning in Ecamm recording, drive space issues, you can use AI to write scripts to help you build a smart, repeatable way to clean your Mac automatically, even if you're not a programmer. Tells me what the primary audience is. Y'all folks. It knows. Right? Tells me about the hook. Bingo. Tells me about the problem. Bingo. It says also bring in the Sunday. Bingo. Makes it easy going. Right? It describes how to do the job in Claude. It explained everything. It's running through the demo portion, the idea section, closing call to action. Message is relief, reassurance, identity, empowerment, curiosity, satisfaction. The personas in this video, I was friendly, slightly nerdy, tech uncle, bitch. It says, I translated between AI coding world and just make videos world. Yes. And it's pragmatic, focused on the real world task, no theory, right? It talks about my technical angle in my SEO game. Bingo. It tells me about my structure and my opportunities. Very clear, real world problem, relatable scenario, shows the situation, teaches people how to do it. Nice mix of story and scream double. Opportunities to get cuter. This is what y'all be missing. Boom. Save time. Manual file sorting, emphasize I'm not a programmer, but let the AI do it. Called out Ecamm plus Synology, right? Highlight how I did it kind of thing. And then underscore it. Here's a template for automations, okay? So it gave me some content buckets, educate, inspire, behind the scenes, tool positioning, got all of that. It goes, the analysis is done. What you want next? It tells you what you want next. Title, description, pin comment, bingo. Want all of them, right? So let's hit it with that. I just copy that floppy. Bingo. Copy. Hit it. Paste. Bingo. Go. This sucker would do the work. Do the work. Here's the titles. I use Claude to clean and my Mac and fix my, I would just say video folder, but that works. It's good there. Smart way to organize your folders. Simple script cleans up your Mac. Use AI to sort and tag your files. Weekly Mac cleanup for podcasters and creators. Claude wrote a script that saved my Mac and it actually worked. I use this AI to clean my content folder. I can use that. Bingo, bango. Those are all pretty good. The one I'm going to pick, though, is how I use Claude to clean my Mac and fix my, I would say, media folder. Okay, bingo. Here's my description. It's in there. It looks all good. I don't normally freak out over the description much anymore because nobody's really watching it. So many people watching on TV. You can't really read descriptions on TV, but I still say you put them because the Google search box will find. Okay? And then I would just say copy that and then come back over to here. Bingo. Tap, tap, bap, bap. And I can always go in and change the description later, but when I'm in a hurry, this is what I do. And then I just got to clean it up because it's ugly. And then. Ooh, bingo. Clean. All right, come back up here to this. Tap, tap. Bingo. And then there you go. How I use Claude to clean and fix my messy content folder. Boom. Got it. That's fine. I'm not even going to get cute with it. And so this is ready to go. Let me put it in the playlist. How to YouTube success. Start here. Bingo. I also call it tech. Done. Come down here and we're going to switch back over to Final Cut so we can get started. Let's get it started now. So we can close that. It's uploading. Go back to Final Cut. Come over to hither. Grab that TIFF file and drop it low, drop it low, drop it low. Put your ass on the floor. All right, pop this right here in the center-y. Now, first things first, I'm going to just drag it to the side real quick, and then I'm going to cut this one, okay? So here, select, can move that, hit Command-Shift-M to attract the magic masky, and then block and load. Use the outside key with the minus to clean up the edges. Keep them clean, though. Keep them clean, though. Hit one for the brain. Analyze. Let it think. Boom. You make me want to be the one with. All right. Y'all be like, that dude's brain is whackadocious. All right. So let me go back to yesterday's project. What I need is the deep gradient and then the word behind. Okay. So I'm going to pick these up. And your files, your plugins, your thumbnails, do your own thing. Do not copy mine. However, they're just Final Cut title plugins. That's all. So I can put it here, hit done, bam, there it is. And then I'm going to go to the title and I'm going to click here. And I'm going to say unexpected. Unexpected. It has a little je ne sais quoi. Then I want to click upon that. And I want to bring the file down. Boom. Boom. And I'm going to push it up a wee bit. So you can see there's a P there. Or I could just go like that. Oh, I like it. I like it. I should learn how to spell. That's why that doesn't look right. Don't do that. Dude, just fix it. Actually, I want to put a bang. There we go. All right, we're going to call that a thing. And then we're going to go get us an icon. It's just an icon living. Sorry. Y'all don't need to hear my weird musical Tourette's. Go get myself an icon. Drop it on the top. And then I'm going to shrink it down about X big. Actually, let's put it under here. And then use the X. Slide it. And I'm going to go 8 degrees because that's my number. And then down a little wee bit. Boom. Slide it over a little bit. I just like to touch the shoulder. All right, now we're going to duplicate this by sliding up. Take this one. And then take this number where it had the minus on it. And just 86 the minus. Leave all the rest of the number the same. Boom. Then this number, you can take the 8 and you're going to add a minus. And then we're going to switch that icon to Finder. So we're going to right click upon the, and then actually the Finder one's going to be a little harder because my shortcut's not going to work. But I'm going to try it because you never know. Sometimes these things will surprise you. Get an app icon, press play. And then, no, I said press play, dog. That's all I said was play. How many apps I want? 1. Done. The name of the app. Done. Mac. Done. I knew this one wasn't going to work. That one was a stretch. That one was a stretch. So, what are we going to do? We're going to go to Safari and get it, which I hate because it's normally not as clean. But, you know, sometimes you find them. Go here, bingo, and then go FINDERICON. Oh, what's the macOS 26 one? It kind of looks all right. This will work. This will work. Keep it clean, though. So you hit visit. If it's from Wikipedia, it's going to be clean. Some of these other ones are just nasty. Open in the new tab. Boom. That'll work. Drag it to the desktop. Got to do it to the... Unfortunately, Final Cut won't let you drag it straight in. But we're going to drag it right on top of this guy. Go away. Beat it. Beat it, squirrel. We're going to drag it right on top of this guy and do a replace. Replace from the start. And we're going to take this, hit Command C, then hit Command Option V, and then we just come over here and hit -8. I should have done this first instead of doing it twice. Dock. And then we're going to take this guy and remove the minus. And then I'll shrink it a little bit because they're not the same size. But that's about correct. That is it. That is it. I'm going to do one more thing. It's starting to get messy, but let's do one more thing. Let's take this one, the front-facing one, and then paste it on the very top. Taking it from the top. Tippy. And then just put this here. It doesn't work. Blood clot lima bean. Okay, so let's delete that. And then take this one, bringing it to the top. And then go to the text box. Wait. Oh, you messed up. Oh, I know why. He dumb. He dumb. Click upon it. Drag it down. Drop it low, low, drop it low, low, drop it low, low, drop it low. Then try that again. Get the mind blown. Booyaka. And pick it up. Pick it up. Boom. Press that. All right, we done, homie. Hit the old exporty. Go down to save as a pinch. Save. It's thinking. It's a big render. Boom. Clean. Done. All right, I'm tripping. Hold on. He's tripping. I need to do this. Final Cut Bro. Oh, you're in the wrong spot. Final Cut Bro. Let's get the outline glow. There we go. I like it. Now I'll do it again. Save it as a ping. Next. Okay, Final Cut can go bye-bye once it's done. Close the library. All right, now all you gotta do is take the one with the glow, right click upon it, go to quick actions, convert image, JPEG. There it is. Move this Ecamm window out the way. Bring Ciphery back to the front. Boom. Hey, did you close the whole thing, gangster? Why would you do that? Oh, that's terrible. If I did that, that means it stopped the YouTube upload. That's dumb. Why did I quit Safari? That was an accident. Oh, let's do. Oh, I thought I was uploading this whole time. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, it's still uploading. Thank goodness. Let's go to the draft. And then let's put the thumbnail up there. Drop it. Then do the back end things. Monitor doo-doo. Bingo. None of that. Submit. Video emolents. Subtitles. Upload. Bip. See, when you got your process, dude, this is just like muscle memory. You know, once you've done this 400 times, not joking, today is day 400. Import from the last video. Take this one. Boom. Save. And then next. All we're doing is waiting for it to finish uploading. It's more John Blaze than that. That is it. That is it, my friends. That is it. We are ready. So, Alicia wanted the whole walkthrough. That, my friends, is the Bombaclat walkthrough. Now, you know what we say around these here parts. Get yourself a system. Got yourself a system. It just flows. Once you got it down to a system, it just run with that. And again, the reason why it seems so effortless, I've done this every day for 400 days. Tomorrow would be 401. It's not that hard. Once you do anything 400 times, you'll be good at it. Well, Raiders ain't won a game in like 400 games. Anyway, I don't know who to hear this besides Alicia, but if it was you, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, press the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. Of course, if you got any questions, drop those suckers down there too, because I went fast and this is my flow, but I just wanted you to see the whole process, soup to nuts, all the way through. That's just what I do. If you have questions, I can help you figure out your flow. Let me know. I'm in there. Right about now, the algorithm is going to show you another video I think you should watch. And I agree with them.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk.